What is up, Smashers? Guess what? I just got to show you this because I talk about this in about 90% of my videos. You see that? Yeah, see? That's what you guys are supposed to be doing. So if you're not doing it 2 minutes a day, open up those shoulders. That's exactly what you need to be doing. So you guys keep sending me messages, and I love it. Send them. Send as many as you can. I'll do my best to answer them, and if I can't get to them right away, I promise I will get to them as fast as I can. But what you guys have been asking me is, what is a good routine? So I'm going to give you what I call the Super 7. So they are the 7 mobility drills for everything. So open up the hips, forward flexion of the thoracic spine, extension of the thoracic spine, opening up the shoulders, opening up the hamstrings, taking care of the adductors, hitting the hip flexors, getting the hips to move nice and buttery the way they're supposed to. All this stuff in that many moves. 7. 6, 7. Yeah, I had to just do a quick count. You know, it's lunchtime. I haven't eaten yet. So I'm going to go through them all, but this is the kind of stuff. So here, I'm going to put this down one more time. This is the kind of stuff that what you want to do is do these consecutively. Do these before you do any workout, and I promise you this, your workouts will be better. You'll be more efficient. You probably will drop your risk of injury down to pretty much 0. Don't use this as your only warm-up. Get that tissue, get some blood flow in there. But you get that elasticity going. You peel away all those sliding surfaces so they can do what they're supposed to do. And all of a sudden, you know what? Boom, everything starts to work. So, like I said, we're going to peel away the hamstrings, the adductors, hips. We're going to open up the hips like crazy. These are awesome. We're going to fix that shoulder mobility so you get that overhead position. A lot of this stuff is repeat stuff. I just put them all into a nice, super easy routine to do because you guys asked for it. So, hey, this is what I do. So let me grab my J-hook and let's get started. This is the kind of thing, it's like the global body mobility. So first thing we're going to do is we'll open up that thoracic spine. You know what we're doing at the same time? Shoulders. You know what else? A little bit of hip flexors. All in one move. See, I'm a big fan of doing things, excuse me, about doing things that are really efficient, all in the same fell swoop. So you can see what I've got here is a barbell. So you saw this yesterday. What I did was I took a band. All we're gonna do is we're gonna loop the band just distal to the elbow. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to lock out the arms, so when you grab the bar really wide, it forces the elbows to lock out so you can't cheat the maneuver and roll internal, okay? So that's really, or you can't externally rotate the arms and kind of dump the movement. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take the foam roll. This is so easy. God, this is so friggin' easy. You're gonna take the foam roll, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna, here, let me move back a little bit. Gotta get comfortable if you're gonna do mobility. There we go. So grab the foam roller, go as wide as you can on the barbell, and then just, how long do we hang out like this? 2 minutes. So band is around the arms, right? So I'll show you. Band around the arms, reach back, fulcrum over the foam roll, butts on the ground, arms are just torqued out of their sockets. You're peeling away the lat, the teres, all kinds of gnarly stuff. Hang out here for 2 minutes. That's number 1. Take the band, give it a toss because I prepped for this one. I got a band up there. So that's number 1. Number 2 is we're gonna hit that long head of the bicep, and we're gonna restore a lot of that internal rotation. So what happens is, a lot of times, internal rotation of the arm is super important when you're going into a muscle up. So I'll go like this. When you're going into a muscle up, you internally rotate to load up the lat, and then you pull back again when you're pulling yourself back up into the top of the movement. But that internal rotation is critical for a bunch of other things too, so it's super important to remember that. So being able to take your hand and do this is super important. If you can't do that, if you're doing this and you're going, oh my God, Trev, SmashweRx, I can't get my arm back there, you need to do this. You're gonna do all these anyway. So number 2 is restoring that internal rotation. We're gonna peel away that long head of the bicep, which gets really tacked down. We're gonna do it in a super easy way. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take a band. This band here is at about shoulder height. I'm gonna do it with this arm so you can see. So we're gonna load it up. So I have the band loaded up behind me. What I don't want is it pulling the arm up this way. That's gonna hit more of the serratus. So I want it pulling the arm away. And all you're gonna do is just do this. So you can see I'm tucked in here. Nice tall chest. I know I'm trying to tuck down just so you can see what I'm doing. Nice tall chest. Band is pulling the arm up behind me and away from the body at the same time. This is the leg, this is the arm. So you're making a nice straight line, super stable. How long do we hang out like this? 2 minutes. That's number 2. Number 3 is so easy. God, these are all easy. We'll just aim like this. We'll run over here. So number 3 is a banded squat. So you're gonna grab a band, use the wall at first so you have some stability. Once that becomes easy, just get away from the wall. So you're gonna take the band, loop it around each knee, use a heavy band. This is a blue 1-inch, so it's not that bad. So all you're gonna do is get as close as you can to the wall, toes forward on the mobility. I don't care about your squats, but I care about your mobility, and wider than your shoulders. And then just sink down into the squat and hang out like this for 2 minutes. Just make a camp. It's super awesome. But what this is going to do is going to peel away those adductors. It's going to open up those hips a lot. The band is going to torque the knees out, so it's putting you in the proper position for a squat. Keep your chest super tall. I don't want you hunched over like this. This is not how you're doing a good squat. Good squat is a nice tall chest like a gorilla. That's why you have the wall behind you. This one isn't 2 minutes, it's 5. All right, that's number what, 3? Number 4 is you're going to take this same barbell. All you're gonna do is get wide, toes pointed straight up. So I have the barbell in front of me here. Let me grab the camera and get a better angle so you can see exactly what I'm doing. This stuff's super, super important. So you can see I've got the barbell there, right there, all right? You're gonna get on the far side of the barbell. The only reason I have it here is because I have it anchored against the rig. It's a lot easier. Kick your feet out on either side. I'll move the band so you can see what I'm doing. My legs are locked out, and all I'm doing is I'm leaning forward. So both feet are on the outside of the collars, and I'm just gonna hang out. This has got some roll to it, so it doesn't matter if you're anchored against the rig or not. This is gonna hit the adductors a lot, and part of the hamstrings, and this is gonna peel the adductor off the hamstring, and they get really glued down, especially if you sit a lot. And just grab. It doesn't matter how wide you go. The wider you go, the more you're gonna pull yourself in. The narrower you go, the more upright you're gonna be. And just hang out 2 minutes. All right, what's that, number 4? All right, number 5. Hey, you asked for my routine. This is my routine. Routine for poutine. Good. If you haven't had that, by the way, you're missing out. Fries, cheese curds, super bad for you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a band. The band is gonna be pulling almost lateral to the hip. That's really important because it's gonna distract the hip and set it into the posterior portion of the socket where it's the most stable. And what you're gonna do is get into, this is kind of a double stretch. So you're gonna get into a pigeon, okay? And the band is dragging the hip that way. So I'm in my pigeon position. Band is pulling the hip, distracting the hip at about 45 degrees. And then I'm just gonna lay down, just hang out. That's it, 2 minutes. Have a little contest with your friends, see if you can hang out a little longer. Go 3 minutes, go 5 minutes, go 10. I don't know, but do the same on the other side. All right, what is that, number 5? Number 6. This is like the ultra mobility series right now, I swear. Number 6, you see I've got an ab mat here. This is the fun one. You're gonna take your leg, kick up against the wall, and hit puberty on your way. Apparently I had a little, hey, it's the cold. That's what happens. So what you're gonna do is make sure that, so you can see my foot is tucked in all the way up here. This is not a good couch stretch. Good couch stretch is hollowed out, so you're sucking the belly button into the spine. Just push yourself up against the wall. Just chill, 2 minutes. You're gonna feel that all the way down through here. You don't wanna make, this shouldn't be muted. You should be opening this up. This is gonna take care of that rectus femoris, the iliacus, the psoas coming off the spine, all that stuff that really hijacks your mobility. Do the same thing on the other side. Oh, we've got banded squat, behind the back, foam roll. I'm looking at my stuff here because I actually had to write it down. Banded pigeon, wide barbell, banded straddle. That's the important one. Ooh, I almost forgot the good one. This one's super funky. If you guys watched a video I did with Katie Hogan, I put her into this super hurt mobility, but it works. So you're gonna do a straddle stretch, but you're gonna let the band do the work. So step into the band. Okay, let me turn this just a little bit. If this band drags me back, don't laugh, because it's loaded up pretty hard. So you're gonna step into the band. You're gonna turn your feet out. The band is on the ASIS, so the anterior superior iliac spine, and then just, oh, this is somewhat I don't wanna do. You're just gonna let it drag you back. Oh, this is probably one of the most diabolical mobilities that exist. And how long? You know the routine, 2 minutes. And when you're done, oh, you're gonna throw up a work boot. It's that bad. So that's your 7. Let me get out of this thing like I'm getting out of a shirt. There we go. Do all that stuff. Do it all in a row. It'll take you probably about 15, 20 minutes, but that's gonna open up the hips, the thoracic spine. It'll get that extension that you're probably missing. It'll restore a lot of that overhead position. It'll open up the external rotators, internal rotators of the high hip, hit those hamstrings, hit the adductors, even peel away the calves on that bar, and then all the hip flexors as well. You're gonna open up a lot of stuff, and you're gonna do it just like this. You do this every day, you'll be gold. Hey, I'm Trev, SmashweRx, Super 7. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome day.